Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining in. I can see today we're starting with fire. A whole lot of us are already in. Thank you so much for joining in. Before we start, as usual, let's start with a word of prayer. I thank you, Lord, for bringing us here today. I pray as we begin this discussion, we'll be able to gain knowledge from each other and also have the courage to implement whatever we learn here. And I pray that everyone who comes here will be able to learn and implement all these things. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. I can see Le Professor is here. And to warm up, kindly just drop a fire emoji down below. My name is Sam Chalo. I am a Financial Independence Ambassador here at Savo. And I hope you're excited as you are for today's session. Today, we are talking about how to pick the perfect task to assign your money. Yeah? In short, which is the best investment for you. Yeah, this discussion is going to be quite heavy. So, and as you know, these sessions are here and are only successful if you engage. Yeah, so let's warm up. Drop a fire emoji if you're here. Drop a fire emoji if you've just joined us, and tell us where you're watching from. And I'm going to be shouting you out. So let's warm up your keyboards, because this session cannot be successful if you're not engaging. So let's warm up your keyboards. If you're watching from the TV, please pick your phone and go to YouTube, search for Savo, and let's start chatting. Thank you, Paul. Okay, thank you, Cynthia Cheruto, for dropping your comment. Thank you so much. Le Professor is also in here. Drop the fire emoji and tell me where you're watching from today, this live evening. I can see we have a lot of us in the building today. And let me know if you're getting me loud and clear so that we can be able to begin this session in here today. So drop the fire emoji. Like I said, has to be an engaging session. You have to speak, I have to speak, so that we can get value from each other out here. And to warm us up, drop the fire emojis in the comment section. I can see Swahib is back. Swahib, my man. Santi sana, karibu sana. Dennis Nyanaro in here. Karibu, Dennis. Drop no, some 3, 4, 5 more. Yeah, let's see who's in the building. Kefa, thank you so much for joining in. Today, I can see we are very engaging crowd. Thank you, Le Professor. Yeah. Getting you very much. Okay, thank you so much, Professor. David Mbogo, thank you. Three more people. Warm up your keyboards. Let's see. 3 more people to warm up the keyboards, and we can get this started. And I hope you are excited as I am today. Daniel Ogola, loud and clear from LD. Awesome. Thank you so much, Daniel, for joining in. Two more people to warm up their keyboards so that you can get it started. And I hope you are excited for this conversation today. Where are you watching us from? Warm up your keyboard by dropping the fire emoji in the chat section. Two more people. And then we can get this started. Come on, if you're watching it on the TV, take your phone, tafadhali. Go in the comment section on the YouTube and drop it. Thank you so much, John Kamau. Thank you, James Onkoba from Rongai. Rongai Massive. I used to live there quite a while, and if you've watched these sessions, you've heard my stories of Rongai. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. I think we can begin, and I hope you're excited as I am. Please keep your keyboard as warm as they are, because this session cannot be as successful as they are without you engaging. So today is going to be a very interactive and engaging session. Thank you, Bilha. Thank you, Pastor Ken Yaga. Greetings from OST. Karibu sana, karibu Bilha. Karibu Godfrey. You're watching from Eden, Yemen. Oh, wow. We're crossing borders right now, yeah? Thank you so much. Thank you. So allow me to begin. And for those who don't know Savo yet, most of you have been invited here by Savorites. And if you are, thank you, karibu sana. And let me just give you a kidogo recap of what we do. I believe you can see my screen right now. So Savo is a real estate investment company. Yeah. So we design, build, sell, and manage apartments specifically for investment purposes. Yeah. We design, build, sell, and manage apartments specifically for investment purposes, and we exist specifically for a certain reason. Yeah. And that reason is to enable you achieve financial independence through these affordable, amazing apartments. Yeah. But we are very fanatical about this thing called financial independence. We even built a sub-brand called Fire Fridays, Fire Workshop, Fire Drills. You'll see fire all around when you interact with Savo, and we are quite fanatical about this, and we believe we could be the best in the world at leading the fire movement and enabling you achieve financial independence. But what is financial independence? Yeah, we used to let you tell us your version, but since these sessions are getting more niche and we are describing more things and learning from each other further, let me tell you how we do describe financial independence here at Savo. So the way we do describe financial independence is having assets that generate for you sufficient monthly cash flows to finance your purpose. We used to have it as to finance your needs, wants, and desires, but we looked back and said, once your needs, wants, and desires are sorted, utakuwa unadu. Yeah, so that is the point where you reach and you say, okay, now since I'm not working for money anymore, let me try and achieve something that is more meaningful. Yeah, let me try and achieve my purpose. So we are here to actually enable you finance your purpose. If you are excited about that, let me get a high five or a or a fire in the comment section. But for today's topic is the perfect task to assign your money. And if you've just joined, I can see more of us have joining in. If you've just joined in, my name is Sam Chalo, a financial independence ambassador here at Savo, also the leader of the Fire Trade Business Unit. We do most of the marketing functions and also spread the fire. That's what we ideally do. And let me read a few more comments before we can get into the session for today. And please keep your keyboards as warm as they are. Don't let go. Yeah. I can see Godfrey Ngonyi. Thank you for joining again. I believe you've been in previous sessions again. Greetings from Gitugi, Muranga. Thank you so much for joining. Gladys Omaitha from Limuru. I can see Kiambu is well represented, and Muranga. Good evening from Harambe Estate. That's Nancy Dala. Thank you so much, Nancy, for joining. Funnel Marks is on fire. Please keep the fire burning. And if you have somebody else to invite, please send them the link. Or if you're in the house watching and there's somebody you know who needs to watch this, bring them closer to the couch or the laptop and keep your keyboards as warm as they are. Thank you everyone. Let's dive into today's session. Yeah, and the thing being about the perfect task to assign your money. And this inspiration came from last week's session. If you didn't watch it, I think you can also go and watch it. But I asked a question where we were talking about how to increase the percentage that you actually save or invest. Yeah, so we did some calculation and saw that 42% is the perfect percentage you can use to invest here at Savo. But we were asking ourselves why what is holding us back from increasing that percentage? Yeah, and there was a comment from Sheila who said she does not know. It's very confusing where she should take that money. She had actually saved quite a significant amount. And thank you, Sheila, for that. And when I was going through back that session, it just hit me how hard it is, because even myself, it took me quite a long time to procrastinate on what I need to invest, lying to myself that let me invest, let me save here, or let me just first gain the knowledge or research here and there so that I can actually invest. But what is the best way to get this done? Yeah, what is the way to pick the perfect task to assign your money? What is the best way to actually decide on what to invest in? And if this decision is as hard, I think we can put a poll to look at how many have had a very hard time trying to pick an investment or somewhere to actually take that extra pennies, those extra cash that you do have sometimes at the end of the month somewhere. Thank you, Job, for joining. Thank you, Nicholas. And Nicholas says Nancy is his neighbor at Harambe Estate. Please hook up and now build this fire message and let's spread it. We'd like you to invite us there. Yeah, there is the poll. Have you had a hard time trying to find something that you can actually invest in? Yeah, let's see. Is it quite hard? Yeah, I can see 5 votes already in. Please continue voting. And thank you, Job from Eldoret. Job Collins from Eldoret. Thank you so much for joining us. But let's see in the poll. Have you had a hard time trying to find what to invest as we begin this conversation? And as I said earlier, this was inspired by a session from last week. I know Swahib was there, Godfrey was there, Farnwell was definitely there as well. Thank you, Kislev, for joining in. I can see you. And Victor Murimi as well. So yeah, 19 votes. And 84% of us are saying it's actually a hard task to invest. Yeah, hard job. Yeah, it's very, very hard to find the perfect investment for you. And I think as I go on with whatever I have in my presentation is, yes, it is a hard task, but so far, let's get to know each other. Let's get to understand what we've already invested in. Yeah, so till date, right now or before or currently, what is it that you're planning to invest in, or what have you already invested in? Have you invested in real estate? Have you invested in money markets? Have you invested in government bonds? Yeah. Have you invested in cryptocurrency? Let's get to see what portfolio our audience here has today. And I'll get you to tell my story as well. But let's get to know what have you guys invested in, and the poll results are there. Sylvester here says investments go hand in hand with mindset and durability. I like that, and have some points almost close to what you're mentioning right there at the end. So, but right now, let's get to understand our portfolio. What have you invested in? Yeah, have you invested? Are you planning to invest in, or have you invested in the past? So, what do our portfolios look like? Just drop them. Being real estate, money markets, the different things. Let's just see what our portfolio consists of. Yeah. So please drop in the comments. Kefa Ngugi says money markets and real estate. So Hidia says quails and took them to the streets to fly away. Yeah. So I can see Kanairo has taught you a lot. Yeah. So what is it that you've invested in today, or have invested in before, or are planning to invest? So that we can get to understand where our mindset are currently are. Thank you, Kefa. Thank you, Swahib. Please let me know. I said these sessions are not successful if we do not engage, so let's get it started. Nicholas here says, invested in many occasions in the past, pharmacy, retail, and land. John Kamau, agriculture and real estate. Agriculture never misses in these sessions. Money market funds, that's Caroline Warimu. Thank you. Let's get to more people to let us know where they've actually put their money in. And the quail story reminds me of bandwagons that have been there in the past. I think there were quails, there were greenhouses, there were quite a number of the old guns in the building. Please remind me of the other bandwagons that people were jumping on in the earlier years. But thank you for engaging. Job Collins here says agribusiness, healthcare, expanding to commercial, real estate, and financial services very soon. Wow, you have quite a nice portfolio there, Job. And Sami Kasewa says Golden Scapes, which escaped with our money. What was Golden Scapes doing? I'm not sure. Paul Oke, money market, real estate, agriculture. That's Fanuel Moax. Meshach says money markets, business and land. Okay, that's nice. You can see real estate and money markets are at par. And thank you so much for engaging. Explain for us to understand more on the money market as per current situation. Okay, thank you, John. Godfrey Nguni says, I have invested in Sacco shares and Safaricom shares. I have been hearing dividends have been paid off of late very handsomely. So najua umekula vizuri. Sylvester, real estate, crypto, forex, family and friendships, hoping to dive into agriculture and livestock very soon. Crypto, Dorcas Monkey says she's invested in shares, real estate, and money market. John asked, explain for us to understand more on the money market as per the current situation. To be honest, I do not have a lot of knowledge around money market, but I think if somebody can help me answer this question here, most of us have invested in money markets here, and to give some advice, because we are here to share and learn from each other, please drop a comment drop a comment there so that we can see. But thank you so much everyone for engaging. Thank you Crescent saying they invest in land. Thank you Godfrey, Meshach, Fanuel, Paul, and Sami. And my next question now being, of all these investments, I believe now for Swahib already this is a yes for you. We can put up a poll down there. Have you lost your money before? Have you invested your money somewhere? Alafu ikapotea. Yeah? Let's get to understand each other here. And for me, not yet. As the poll is being put up, let me now give you my story. I have invested in real estate, and before that, I have actually invested in businesses, startups that I tried to do here and there. And as you guys answered the poll down there, I had invested in my business. I've invested in one or two businesses that I've tried to do, but the other thing that I've tried to do is save so that I can invest. Yeah, and that has been a very hard task for me because if you're here, I think you've known my story. I procrastinated for quite a long time, saying that let me save as I go learn what actually is cryptocurrency, what is money market, what are government bonds, should I start a business and Airbnb here? So I procrastinated a lot on where to actually put my money. So I've just saved. I haven't invested in quite a number of things and quails like Sahib has mentioned here, or greenhouses or forests that were the previous bandwagons in the past years. But I have currently invested in real estate, and uh, uh, looking at the poll answers, if you've lost our money before, I think 68% of us have actually wamepoteza watu mahali. Brian Gishora says stocks, housing, finance, machos to premium tiers. Brian Gishora is a good friend of mine. Thank you so much for joining in. Anasema premium tiers, yeah, from stocks, housing, and finance. Funnel Mark says yes, a good one. Now I am fully focused on real estate. Thank you so much, Funnel, for that. Sylvester says a shisha business they had started. The government banned shisha. What? Big bust nut. That's part of business. True. You can see what COVID did to people. Government regulations have actually hurt a lot of people, including my folks. They've actually been hurt deeply by just some regulations that Gava puts in here and there, so that they can actually do whatever it is. But it hurts a lot of businesses out here, like Sly's business, which was shisha, yeah. And Gava ikakuja ikasema we don't want these things; they're illegal. And La Professor says here, I've not tried any investment that I can talk about. Me and you both, same WhatsApp group. John Lagat here says they lost money leasing land over 100 hectares. Wow, that's a huge piece of land in Kitale, and didn't get flour 10 hectare in it. I lost 1.2 M. Wow. For that, I felt bad. I paid loan for a long time. Wow. Making these investment decisions, and probably when they flop, they're usually very painful. And John, I believe you umepitia hiyo machos that Kishora here was talking about, and just to give you some resources that could help you. I think for those who are thinking of trying real estate, so that you can not lose your money as you try to invest in real estate, one of the biggest things that you can do is due diligence. I don't know about the other asset classes that are out there. One of the best things that you can do is due diligence. And one of our founders, who is a CFA, Emily Mcharo, did a certain live stream just like this one a while ago about due diligence. We'll have a link later on in the live stream where you can subscribe, but we're also going to send the link for the video right now, which if you want to hop on, you can just see it later on in the chat, and go watch that video. It will help you. Nicholas here says they lost money when buying a product which was 1 million and started paying loans which they cannot account for a tangible thing. So you're paying for nothing. You got a loan to invest in something which was non-existent. But in life, I think Kanairo ikitufanyia hiyo kitu if we are old enough. For those of us who are old enough, luckily for me, not yet. not that I'm planning to lose some money, but I believe being an investor, these are lessons that come with life, yeah. These are lessons that come with life, and if you're old enough, I think you've been able to pass through these pains and learn more than we have. And we're here to actually learn from each other, learn from John, learn from Nicholas and Pastor Ken. Pastor Ken here, tell us how we invest. That's why I came. Thank you. We are taking it a little bit slower so that we can get to understand where we're actually coming from. And so Hibia says, imagine those who had just cleared a mask container, then the mask mandate was lifted. Premium tiers, yeah. I think it's good to hear these stories because we can be able to relate with each other. We can be able to see that people have actually tried, failed, learned, or for those of us who have not failed, I think government policies is something that we should actually watch out for. Now, going on to the next thing, and this is something now that should probe us into finding the best investment for us. Yeah. Let me share my screen. This is a question I believe we've definitely asked ourselves, and we've gone through, and before we invested, there was an actual reason. Yeah. I hope you can see my screen. Why did you invest in the first place? Yeah. Let me see what we said we invest in. For Sylvester, in real estate, why did you invest in real estate? Yeah. Why did you invest in Forex? Why did you invest in friendships? Yeah. Godfrey Nguni, why did you invest in Safaricom shares? And just to make us think a little bit here, our founder, Leonard, did a video about why you should think about your why. And let me allow it to play, and then we can get your answers after that. So as you listen, please think about the deeper reason, not just to get the returns. Why do you even need the returns in the first place? Ask yourself those 5 whys. But before that, let Mcharo's video play and see at the end of it, just a 2-minute video.
At the core of the investment journey is the reason why you want to invest. Now, there exists very many generic reasons as to why people invest, but these are not very useful. To be able to stay the course, you need to be very specific to yourself as a unique individual or a couple or family or group as to why you want to invest. If you don't fully address this question, you'll find it very hard to invest in the long term. Your why becomes your true north, and it's going to prevent you from being waylaid by things like consumerism, by speculation, by all manner of new shiny things, or by simple fatigue. Now, this question why cannot be addressed through the ego or bravado or some publicly accepted notion as to why people invest. This question can only be addressed by understanding. And you need to understand yourself, you need to understand your circumstances, you need to understand your goals. And this understanding on why you want to invest will give you focus and stamina. And these are tools that you require to invest in the long term. Now, willpower and a good attitude are important attributes. And they are good to get you started, but they're not enough to keep you going because they're not sustainable. You need to have clarity of thought, and why is going to give you that clarity of thought. And the clarity of thought is going to shape the actions that you take, things you do and things you don't do. And these actions over time become habits, and these habits become embedded in you, and they develop your character. And it is this character that is going to lead you from where you are to that place of your destiny, and that's the place you want to be. But it all starts with why. Your why.
It all starts with why. Your why. I believe we've heard what Mcharo said there. When we were recording this video, that time I was behind the camera, not like right now I'm here in front. And I listened to this chat, this conversation, and it really got me thinking. And I liked what he mentioned there. This question cannot be addressed by ego or bravado or any publicly accepted notions out there. And you need to ask yourself 5 whys. Yeah, I can see here Nancy says to preserve her capital. That is why she's investing. To preserve her capital and through capital appreciation. But why do you need capital appreciation in the first place? Why is it? Yeah. Why do you need to invest and get profits or get capital appreciation in the first place? And if I could give you my reason, but please, as I explain mine, I'd like to know why. Why is it for your children's future? Is it so that you can live a certain level of lifestyle at a certain point in your life? Yeah, because there's this book called Good to Great, and it mentions about discipline, and it has this trifecta of discipline where when you get disciplined people who are guided by disciplined thoughts and they implement disciplined actions guided by those disciplined thoughts, they'll become great. Yeah. So before you even pick what you want to invest in, I think you need to begin with the disciplined thoughts. You need to understand yourself, understand your circumstance, and understand your goals. Yeah, that's what Mcharo said. And if you do not understand these key things, you might not have the answer right now, which is okay. But if you do not have the answer to these things, it's going to be a very tough time for you to actually find something that actually works. If you do not have disciplined thoughts that will guide your disciplined actions for you to know where to actually invest in, it will be very hard. So my question again, why did you decide to invest in quails? Why did you decide to invest in real estate and money markets? Of course, things that income at the end of the month, but why do you need it? Yeah, why do you need it now? Why do you need it way later in the future? Let me read some of the comments as I will tell you mine. Brian Gishora, he says, after losing his money in housing finance stocks, he decided to invest in things that he understands, SACCO shares and real estate. understanding yourself. I like that, Kishore. Thank you so much. Daniel Ogola says, business M-Pesa, nikagongwa mara kadhaa na mabro wa kamiti. Oh no. Oh no, sorry. I heard there was a feature on that very recently. Big Boys here mentioned they've invested to create another source of income. Now I like that. Now that's a good answer. You've invested to create another source of income. Thank you so much, Big Boys. I think now we are hanging with the big boys. Godfrey Ngoni here says to sustain his future financially, which is very unpredictable. I like that. That's now creating security. Now, these are deeper whys. These are whys that could actually get you there. And Dorcas Mongi here says, invested with the hope of creating wealth for yourself and your future generations. Now, this is why people actually invest. Yeah, this is the deeper reason why people actually invest. And when you put this in mind, you'll actually have now the disciplined thoughts. Yeah, and when you crystallize it further, for yourself, yeah, you will be able to get on that journey of selecting what it is. And let me tell you that thing for myself. And like, you know, I was in debt, got off debt, and immediately I sort of paid everything that I was owing. I started now to look for places to take my money. Remember, I'm working in a real estate company, investment company. I started to look over to take my money. So, like I said, I started saving. After clearing my debt, I started saving and trying to put my money somewhere that I cannot access it. As I gain knowledge on the different asset classes that are around here, and I enrolled in courses. I went on YouTube. I'm a graduate of the YouTube Academy and Google Academy, and researched and looked for all these things, but I couldn't find something that works. I think like Sharon from our previous webinar, it was hard. It was hard to pick what is it for me, and what I did, I think, guided from whatever Mcharo mentioned. He said you need to understand yourself, you need to understand your circumstance, and you need to understand your goals. Luckily, being in Savo, we have defined what financial independence is, and pretty much many of us want to get there. And that last part, the way I defined it, that last part of to finance your purpose. So I went on a spree of trying to understand what is my purpose really, yeah? Or what is my purpose on this earth? And I remember watching a certain video from Simon Sinek, who actually was the person who talked about starting with why. We'll send a TED talk. He also has a book around it. It's one of the most famous TED talks around, talking about how to start with why. And for me now, I try to ask myself, what is my purpose? What is my why? Yeah, what is it that I'm trying to do just in life? Yeah, so that now it could help guide me, but I couldn't find it. But another thing that Simon Sinek said, if you do not have a purpose right now, yeah, you can find somebody who already has and help him achieve theirs. And that's what I am doing currently here at Savo. Sijapata bado, yeah. And what I said to myself, yeah, and the purpose that you're trying to achieve here is to enable you to achieve financial independence, yeah. So it does satisfy me, it does keep me busy, it does enable me just live this life. And what I told myself is now, meanwhile, yeah, as I am following somebody else's purpose, which I love and I appreciate doing, I will try and invest this time so that I get money, yeah, get money that I will now invest to buy me time, so that by the time I have found a purpose for myself or for my existence here, I have the time to execute it or to pursue it, yeah, because I do not need to be working for money at that point in time. So that's just my why. I am currently investing time since I do not know my purpose yet, but I'm following a purpose that is very, very, very visionary and it's what has brought me here in the first place. So I'm investing time here at Savo, then I'll get money, which I will invest. And later on in the later years, by whatever time it is, it will buy me time. So right now I am investing so that I get time that I will use to pursue the purpose that God will reveal to me, or whatever I will get to find. It might be starting a business, I do not know yet, but that is my why. That is why I invest. So having these disciplined thoughts helps guide a lot of the decisions that I have when I'm picking an investment. But let me read your comments as I go on. Thank you, Fanuel. Fanuel says to create generational wealth for his children. John Lagarde says we are growing old and we need to invest to maintain our needs. That income that is stable for long way, inshallah. I like that definition that you've put there, and somebody mentioned, let me see, Big Boys here, to create another source of income. That is the why that they are investing, and I hope you're still with me. I have another question for you. I've explained to you my why, and if you have a deeper why, if you truly understand why you actually need to put some money aside right now and invest somewhere else, drop your why there, and the reason you've put your money in money markets, the reason you've put your money in real estate, the reason you've put your money in whatever other investment, in land and all those other things that you've actually put in. Why is it? Yeah, as marketers we say there's usually a good reason for buying something and the real reason. Yeah, what is the real reason? What is it for you? Yeah, thank you so much, and I hope your keyboards are still on fire. You're going to put up a poll in this next slide, and the question is, probably you're still thinking, are your current investments, are your current investments solving your why? Whatever it is that you've thought of, whatever it is that you've decided, this is actually it. For me, it's to buy me time. I need to invest time, get money, invest that money so that it can buy me time later on in the future. Yeah. For you, the investments that you have right now, do they solve the why that you've thought of? Yeah. For Fanuel, do they create the generational wealth for your kids? Yeah. For John, are they going to create for you another source of income? Yeah. So what is it for you? Are the current investments that you have right now going to solve the deeper meaning or the deeper reason for you to invest? Can see your votes. Can see them. Please continue bringing them in. Professor here says, looking for clear project to invest in. Looking for a clear project to invest in. Daniel says he intends to quit employment after some time. That's a why. This was to be my lifeline and for future. So investment is for your lifeline and for the future, for you right now and for the future. Thank you so much for your answers, and I really, really appreciate. Most of us are saying their current investments are not going to solve their why. The current investments are not going to build that generational wealth. Yeah. The current investments are not going to add that additional source of income that we need. And these are the things that we need to look for. These are the things that we need to consider while picking the perfect investment for us. It is very personal. Yeah, you've seen for Daniel here, he wants to stop working for money. He needs to quit employment. But when he's done that, he still needs to eat, still needs a roof over his head. Where is he going to get that money from? Yeah, and if his current investments, Daniel, are not enabling you do that, we need to rethink. We need to find that investment that is going to help us get there. Godfrey says no, his current investments are not going to get there. He says he's working diligently towards increasing your investments. Thank you so much. That is now what you're going to discuss further into, and trying to invest in assets that will actually enable us achieve our why, our purpose. Yeah, the thing that you're actually investing for. Creating time, for me it's buying time. Finally, it's generational wealth. For Godfrey is to create another source of income. Big boys like us need another source of income. That could nini. And for Daniel, he needs to quit his job. Yeah. Thank you, Bernard. This idea is good, but my question is, what is our security towards our investments? We're going to get there, but you seem to have already been sure of what investment will work for you. Yeah, talking about security, I'm going to talk about all the features of our investment that will enable you get there. But thank you for your answers. 77% of us will not be, the investments that they have are not going to cover their why. Let's go on, and thank you so much for your answers. Thank you, Bernard. Thank you, Fanuel. Fanuel says real estate consistently grows at the rate of inflation and creates passive income that can finance your purpose. Awesome. So you are actually having an asset that will finance your purpose. Thank you so much. One tricky question now, and then we can get further into what investment actually will work. What is the effect of staying at no? What is the effect at still staying at a place where your investment will not actually solve your why? Yeah? What will happen to your lifestyle? How will that affect your current lifestyle? For Daniel, yeah, I believe it was Daniel. What will happen right now if you decide to just quit your job? What will happen to your lifestyle? Yeah, right now and in the future as well. Yeah, so with your current investment portfolio and probably how it's growing, what is the effect of not solving that why? What is the effect of staying as is on your lifestyle today and tomorrow? What is that effect? Yeah. For me, I think if I lost my sources of income, I with the real estate investment that I have, I'll definitely have to reduce my expenditures. That means my lifestyle will change significantly. Yeah, but I'll still have the daily bread. Thank God, I'll still have the daily bread, but my lifestyle will change significantly. Yeah, Big Boy says misery is sure. That's true. It will forever depend on the job, and which is not the best idea. I'm glad the Big Boys is actually thinking like one of the big boys. Yeah. So how many other big boys do you have in the building? Jen says there will be no cash flow, and that will lower your lifestyle significantly. Yani, have you guys gone through that cycle? And if any of us here, probably COVID taught them something, and we've gone through a circumstantial lifestyle change that forced us to change our lifestyle from one point to another. Just drop a yes or no. But I like what you're saying. There will be no cash, and that will lower our lifestyle significantly, and nobody wants to get there. I believe we've watched people do that. We've probably been there ourselves, for those who've been around long enough. But misery and depending on your job, which is something that you do not want to keep on working for money forever, you don't want to get there. There's a quote I'll finish with, and if you remember it, please drop it, by Warren Buffett. Hint, hint. Significant lifestyle changes is very hurting. So now to the kind of investments that we need. So understanding that you are actually building it for generational wealth, understanding that you actually want to create another source of income, understanding that you want to quit employment. What features? Yeah, you see, when you go and buy a phone, you will want to upgrade, and you will look at the camera. You will want it to have bigger storage space. You want it to probably have dual SIM for those of us with many phones. A lot of features you'll decide on it. So understanding why you need to invest, understanding you want to create generational wealth or quit. Yeah, what features does an investment need to have so that it can enable you achieve your why? What features does an investment need to have to solve your why? Whatever it is for you. For Fanuel, it's generational wealth, yeah, and for Daniel, it's to quit their job so that they can start whatever it is they want to begin, yeah. What features should an investment have so that it can enable you achieve that why? Yeah, big boys, you want another source of income. What features should that investment have? When you go buy a phone, you'll say 25. Is it 256 GB of storage? Don't know, 6 GB RAM, 48 megapixel camera. Yeah, for this investment, what should it have? What are the features that it should have for it to enable you achieve your why? And these are the things now you should now start to consider. List those features. First, start with the why, like Simon Sinek said. Start with that why, and then after that, you also now pick the features that will enable you get there. Cynthia Cheruto says low risk and high returns. Very nice. So it has to be of low risk. So you have to put your money somewhere there is low risk and high returns. Pretty broad, but it's a starting point. Yeah. For you, Brian Gishora, for Fanuel, Dean Robin, what features does an investment need to have to enable you solve that why that you have? Yeah. What are the features? Dean Robin here actually said they are actually working to have investments in order to have a secure future in his old age. Yeah, what does that look like? So what are the features of that investment? Yeah. Fanuel Mothia says, rule number 1, never lose your money. And rule number 2, never forget rule number 1. That's totally true. So low risk. I think that's what you're saying, Fanuel. So for the rest of us, what are the features? What are the features that an investment should actually have to enable you pursue, to enable you achieve that why that you began investing in the first place? For you, Dean, yeah? To enable you have a secure future in the old age, what kind of investment should you put your money in? What kind of task do you need to assign your money to ensure that you are actually able to live a secure future in your old age? Yeah. So what are these features? And for me, I'll let you know what they are for me. But let me see for the big boys in the building. What are they for us? Yeah. James says to serve, keep me liquid beyond your life. So that means it has to be generational. Thank you. Brian Gishora says longevity, at least 10% return on investment, and shouldn't need to be actively involved in its day-to-day. So passive. Hey, Brian, you're speaking my language. Yeah? Regular income, so that is a consistent income. That's Nancy. Thank you. One more answer. And then Big Boy says cash flow, providing investment that appreciates. And I like the way we are aligned. And as you can see in the screen, appreciation was a thing for me. Yeah. Longevity, like Gishora said, passiveness, like Big Boys mentioned here, and Kefangugi, passive income. So I like where you're going, and I like your answers. Passive income, Kefa. Big Boy says cash flow. It has to provide cash flow. Yeah. Gishora says it has to be long term. Yeah. Longevity, at least 10% return on investment. That means you're beating inflation, and you shouldn't be actively involved in it. So this is the kind of investment. These are the features an investment needs to have to enable you achieve that why that you had in the beginning. Yeah. These are the features that you need to have to achieve that why in the beginning. And it's a very difficult thing to decide, because even with phones, you see, phones are designed for different people. You find a phone designed for photographers, others are designed for people who need a lot of storage or huge batteries or very many different. And that's how investments are as well. And when you go out there and pick an investment, you need to understand what it is actually you're looking for. What features does your investment need to have to ensure that it is actually achieving that why? But you can't know the features if you do not have that why. Yeah. So please be cautious. You need to start with the why. And thank you so much, everyone. John Lagarde says genuine investment. Yeah. Martin Moke here says a deep thought of the true north, the why. Thank you. Thank you. That video, actually, I've listened to it countless times just to be able to align myself and really understand what is this thing. And it's a very hard question, and I'll give you a solution to get in to answer that question. Dean says long-term and short-term. Short-term can be volatile, and it will be money that they can afford to lose. Thank you. And these are characteristic of a good portfolio and have high returns. Long-term should be low risk and low regular deposits, such as index funds. Thank you so much, Dean, for that insight. Big Boy says, tells John Lagarde, they absolutely agree. They agree with John Lagarde. Genuine and true. Godfrey says secure, promising, and growing. James Onkoba, expandable. John Lagarde still agreeing there with Big Boys. Value for money. It has to be value for money. Ibrahim asking, should be sustainable in the long run. That's very true. So I hope you're getting these pointers. We've begun with first knowing where we invested, yeah, and then after that we try to see who among us have actually lost money before, and then try to understand what are the implications of us not solving that why misery. I think Big Boys is the one who mentioned that, yeah, and right now after understanding our why, we've picked the features that our investment needs to have, so that we can actually achieve that why, so that we can actually fulfill the purpose of that investment in the first place. Yeah, and answering all these questions is not an easy task. Yeah, it's not an easy task, and it's it's very hard to do it alone. Yeah, I did it alone. I consulted a lot of people. Mcharo was one of the people who actually guided a lot of the decisions that I've made in investments, and it would be fair for you also to have somebody to help you on this journey. And that is why as Savo, we have investment consultant. We call them FIRE partners, financial independence retire early partners. Somebody who is going to work with you in this journey. Somebody who is going to enable you understand what your why is. Somebody who is going to enable you pick the features, yeah, that investment that you need to pursue or achieve that why needs to have, yeah, and actually now put in that money there, yeah, because if you're putting in money in a place where you are not achieving your purpose, you're not getting that return, yeah, if it's the long-term investment like Dean mentioned, or the short-term investment, if it's not achieving that purpose, why are you putting that money there? Yeah, why are you investing that money there? Yeah, so we will share a link in the comment section, and for those of you who already have investment partners, or FIRE partners as we call them, go talk to them, put them to task, and tell them you want to understand what your why is. If you already know it, ask them what are the features of the investment that you need to have. Yeah, and now ask them further, does Savo has those features? Yeah, does Savo has those features that will enable me achieve my why? Yeah, does Savo has those features that will enable me achieve my why? So if you're ready to be linked with one of our investment consultants, the link is in the description. Our FIRE partner will be assigned to you, and they'll enable you understand what that why is. They'll enable you understand the features that you need to actually invest, and they will enable you pick that right investment and actually invest in it, be it Savo, be it not. And I think because we are here to enable you achieve financial independence, you will actually see Savo as one of the best investments. If it is not, there's no need. The other thing that I'd like to mention is, or now to come to a conclusion with this conversation, is I mentioned a quote from Warren Buffett, and here it is. If you do not find a way to earn while you sleep, yeah, if you do not find a way to earn while you sleep, you will eventually work until you die. And I want to talk about the features that Savo's products, which is affordable investment, affordable amazing apartments, have. And you will get to pick for yourselves from the features that we've written here, Brian, Dean, Big Boys, and James. You can be able to measure for yourself is if Savo's features are actually going to enable you achieve your why for investment, are actually going to achieve that passiveness, that longevity, yeah, that you need, and that cash flow that you need to actually achieve your purpose. And you'll definitely be linked to the FIRE partner if you follow that link. But being your financial independence partner, being here to enable you achieve financial independence through these affordable, amazing apartments, we've been able to craft this business model that most of you already know, but here are the features. For us, we design, build, sell, and manage affordable, amazing apartments, specifically for investment purposes. And while we do this, we try and ensure it is actually passive, and that's where the management part actually comes in. Yeah. So we design. We have architects in house. Our founder Mcharo, who's given us quite a lot of wisdom, was an architect for quite a long time before he began Savo. And for him, he achieved financial independence, and starting Savo for him was actually pursuing his purpose, doing something that is more meaningful, something that will actually create more purpose in his life. Yeah. So he's part of the team and leads the team that actually designs these apartments, which are very, very amazing, and we will get to see them later on. And after that, we build them, and as we build, we sell them, so we do everything in-house. And after construction, yeah, we are able to manage these apartments for you so that you can be able to get passive cash flow, from these apartments. Now, for us, it is passive rental income. So what features does this investment have? So one, it is passive. Number two, it has cash flow. Number three, real estate has been there since God knows when, yeah. And you'll go to Tower and see how there's written 1920, and they're still occupied. You can imagine how many generations there have been earning from that single piece of real estate. So it is long term, yeah. And these are some of the features that Savo does have that you need to consider if it's going to achieve your why. Sheila Laliani says, can we chat in person soon? Very sure, very sure. Please fill in that link and I'll personally get in touch with you so that you can be able to understand this journey further and probably link you further with a fire partner or even work with you myself. Daniel says, features an income that can meet its expenses. Okay, so its gross and net are actually very profitable. Your expenses and something left to save, but it's quite tricky in Kenya. That's true. So you need to have something that actually appreciates and it increases. And if you know real estate very well, you can actually rental incomes in the rent that people are paying in town right now, they go up the same way inflation goes. So if inflation goes up, rent goes up. Inflation goes up, rent goes up. So I believe in real estate a lot, and that is what I really understand more. Victor Mirimi is dropping a fire. I believe you're catching the fire. Yeah, thank you so much, Victor. And talking now further about our investment and the solution that we offer as Savo. Over the past 6 years, I think we've been able to finish 5 projects with over 1,500 happy Savorites who've trusted us with their hard-earned money to invest in these affordable, amazing apartments, which range from 1.8 million to 4.5 million, with payment plans of up to 5 years. This is to enable them become as accessible as possible to you, yeah, the Savorite or the investor thinking now to invest. And if these apartments have the features that you need for a long-term investment, what are you waiting for? And you can start with payment plans from as low as 24,000 per month. And if you watched last week's webinar for Godfrey and Swahibu who were here last time, I think you're already used to this part so far, I know. But if you did watch it, we did some calculations, and so for the affordable, amazing apartments that you have, if you want to be earning the same amount that you're earning right now in retirement, yeah? If you want to be earning the same amount that you're earning right now in retirement, all you need to do is invest 42%. That is what you saw, yeah? Please go and watch last week's webinar. You'll be able to see that math. And the assumptions in that calculation were you are 30 years of age, you'll retire at 35. So for those 65, sorry. So those 65, those 35 years that you'll be still working, those 35 years of paychecks or income that you'll still be earning, if you invest 42% of them, 42% of each of them, assuming they were the same, you are going to earn the same passive rental income using our affordable, amazing apartments. And if your 42% is close to 24K per month, which is our lowest, and we are still trying to go lower to enable more Kenyans achieve financial independence, you are at the right place. Yeah. So let me see if you have any further comments. Apostle Margaret Amana says, wow, yeah. If this investment is actually has the features that you need to achieve your purpose, chap. So let me give you a brief of the portfolio that we've been able to do, and we've built in quite a number of areas: Rongai, Embakasi, Ndigwa, Roysambu, Ngong Road, Ruta, Feather, which is back in Embakasi, and we've been able to cover quite a number, and we have just begun. Nairobi is only the beginning. You're going to spread out to ensure that you have enough and well spread out investments that can enable you achieve passive cash flow that are long-term, that you can be able to pass over to your future generations. And talking about future generations, you might be asking yourself, okay, so what happens when we finish the apartment, or probably say 50 years later on when we might not be here, or 100, where your kids are now the one in charge of the investments. So I mentioned that we do manage, and what we try and do is to go over and above the norms of property management in Kenya or pretty much anywhere. And what we also noticed, and the reason behind this is we noticed that as we continue enabling you achieve financial independence, since these houses that you build, these apartments that you build are smaller typologies, 1 bedrooms and studios, because one, they have the highest returns, and Kenyan population, 75% of us are youngins, yeah, below 35 years, youth. So that means you'll have high occupancy rate and consistent income, and they also offer the highest returns when you do the math in rental yield. So knowing that we will be building more of this, we saw that we will have the responsibility to care for a lot of the youth in Kenya and probably now further outside in the world, and it is only morally right that we do what is just. And what we try to do is create spaces that they can actually be who they really are, belong in tribes, yeah, find places that they can actually belong, and finally become the best versions of themselves. Yeah, and we've tried to do a lot. We've done events, we've done first, even from the design itself. You'll find chill spots all over, as you can see, swimming pools, and creating activities that you can come and find people who you can resonate with, belong with together, and finally, we're taking a step further, even now, being able to belong, to become the best version of yourself, first by investing in Savo as well. We offer it as a solution for them, yeah? And even further, we'll be doing more activities that are gathered to this, but some of the activities that we've been able to do in the past number of years is, we've had a wellness week. We know it's been tough out here, especially mentally. COVID has brought a lot of things into light, and even in our apartments, having a lot of young people, we call them young aspirational urbanites or young audacious urbanites in these apartments. We were able to do a wellness week where we even did a webinar, and residents really participated and just got a lot of more information on how to maneuver this thing. These times, this quarter life crisis, kuna kwanga na midlife, I think at 25, with this all social media thing and the fast moving world, there's a lot of pressure around, and yeah, life gets tough. So we understood that, understanding our resident, we had this wellness week, and we are going to be repeating them. And another thing that was done was Pioneer Nights, which was done in collaboration with one of our residents, Dean. Very passionate about this, and it was a networking event just to bring professionals together who can network, because in these apartments we hold a lot of people who could become or are already bigwigs out there, already big boys out there, and come and network together and just to learn from each other. And for those of us who are old enough, we know how building social contracts is actually a very good way to maneuver and become the best version of yourself. Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody who's engaging. And if you have any questions, please drop it. And if you think this is an investment that works for you, please fill in the link below. We will get in touch with you, and we will be able to show you how to actually pick and use this as a long-term investment that will enable you achieve financial independence. Drop a fire emoji if you're still with me so that I can go on. I can see we still have quite a number of viewers. Please drop the fire emoji to Ndele. Yeah, it's been quiet in the chat section. Drop a fire emoji. Drop it. If you're still following, drop it so that I can know you're still in the building. And then we're coming to the close. And if you have any question about now our investment as Savo, please let me know. Thank you so much for your response. I can see Fidelis, Big Boys are still here. Thank you so much. Fanuel is still here. Asante sana. I can see you're still here. So going on now further into what our apartments now. Let me just brush through so that you can see what we've been able to do in the couple of locations in Nairobi. So we've done Rongai, which was our first one. Went on to Embakasi. You can see the chill spots and the amazing bit of these apartments. This is Coral Bells in Kiambu Road. We enable the residents just take up the space and make it theirs and belong in tribes. You can see them having fun there. I'm also part of them. And we went back to Embakasi. We also tried to do contemporary designs that young audacious urbanites will want to live in. Actually, this is one of the designs that we did. We call it the convertible one bedroom. It's actually our one bedroom, but without the wall partition, now with the glass partition. People really loved it. I went on to Sambo, as you can see, beautiful, amazing designs. And let me now bring this further, and those asking about security and longevity and all this. I mentioned that these typologies have higher occupancy rates, yeah? And what that means is investors will have consistent rental income. Let me show you just a glimpse of our current occupancy rates in our different projects. And as you can see, all of them are above 90%, yeah? Others are 100. This means these are investors who are actually earning their consistent rental income. This is what it is today, and what Savo Lifestyle is trying to do with the Be Belong Become agenda is to ensure that even 50 years from now, young people will still want to live in these apartments. Young people will still find this a place they can actually be themselves. Yeah, we will ensure that we are changing and moving with the young people that will be there in 2050. We do not know what they will want. Right now it's TikTok. We never know. We never know what will be there in the future. So we will need to move and change with them. So we have to be very agile, very adaptable. by the time your kid is as old as you are and still earning from this investment, it still needs to be working. So we are totally aware of that, and we want to ensure that this occupancy rate remains as they are. And if you have a question, please still drop it, but allow me to still continue. Even further, for those who have tenants in their houses, you get your rent paid by the 10th of every month. So this is something you can actually rely on. We've been able to do this for more than 8 months so far, and investors have been able to receive consistent monthly passive cash flow from rental income in these apartments. Are you one of them? Yeah? I know Sohib is an investor. No, Fanuel is an investor here. Are you one of them? And if you aren't, what are you waiting for? Now let me show you what we have in store for you if you haven't invested yet. This is what you're currently constructing. This is Savo Skywalk on Gong Road, sold out, structure complete, looking to complete it by July this year, sorry. And we have Savo Sunset also on Kiambu Road, 89% sold, almost complete. Imagine we started this project. You can see the one still on construction, very close to Coral Bells by Savo, which is at the middle, in the middle at the top there. And this project, we began it March last year. Yeah, we began it March last year, and in terms of construction, we've been able to hack a way that we can build very fast and still maintain the structural integrity. And why is NCA actually came to our projects, this specific project, and trained our people, because we had actually met all the criteria that we need to be meeting for construction to be sound and integral. So we've been able to crack that construction side and still working further and further to be able to ensure that the management side is also as efficient and effective, and the residents love the spaces as well. So we also have Isambu 2, another one coming very soon. You just watch out for this. And if you haven't invested here, 89% sold. People have understood this model and are picking up very quick. Please don't be left out. Please don't be left out. Please invest when you can, and no need to worry. If you're not ready yet, we have something called Savo Saves. Yeah, you can save up slowly until you get to 20% deposit of an apartment, which I'll give you the prices right now of one of the projects that is on sale, and slowly get to that place. So, and we're here for the long run. So usijali. Yeah, bado doha iko. We are still here, and we will continue bringing more innovative solutions for you to achieve financial independence and achieve your why. And this is Riruta, still under construction. It's on sale as well. And our newest project so far, Savo Feather, closest to also our projects in Embakasi, just opposite Feather Estate in Embakasi, if you do know Embakasi really well. Also began, and this is what we have on sale. And let me show you now the typologies that we have in Savo Feather. We have studios going for 1.8 million, Superior Studios going for 2.3 million, and we've measured in the studios in this space because we saw that they work. And the studio going for 1.8 million, it could be able to fetch for you a rental income, a gross monthly rental income of 14,000 shillings. Yeah. And what you will need to do to purchase this unit is actually put in a 20% deposit, which is 360 shillings, and pick a payment plan. That is, if you do not have the 1.8 million here. So we've been able to try and make it more accessible and affordable for you to invest and begin your journey to investment. So you can put in a 20% deposit if you don't have the cash. If you do have, there's a discount for you. Put in 360,000 shillings and then pick a payment plan between 24 months and 60 months. That's 2 years and 5 years. For the 5-year payment plan, you'll be doing 24K per month. Yeah, so that's how low you can begin. Yeah, that's how low you can begin investing in real estate and achieve your purpose. Yeah, and finally, to be able to complete this, I think I can urge you to invest in your financial independence today. Do not wait. Invest in your financial independence today. Let me take some questions, and if you have further questions, please ask them there. Let me read what we have so far, and we can see. Meshak, are you all dropping some fire? I think you guys were still in here. James asked, in Rongai, where is the investment? I would love to visit. Oh, awesome. Please answer me if you get my question. If you know Laser Hill Academy, it's actually opposite Laser Hill Academy. You probably will see our signboard there. Opposite Laser Hill, there's a road that goes in. I think around 200 meters, you'll be able to see the Savo apartments. 2 big blocks right there. You'll be able to see them white, all of them very identical. So if you know Laser Hill Academy, James, let me know. John here says, Onkoba, we need to visit the one in Rongai. So please, James and John, yeah, it's James Onkoba and John. Please fill in the link. Yeah, we'll attach you to our fire partner who can be able to take you through all these projects, explain to you the nitty-gritty so that you can see, but you can also visit on your own if you want. But the link that is being shared in the screen right now, we will link you up with our fire partners. They are very hyped and very, very invested in your financial independence journey, because that is the only reason for our existence, and very happy to connect with you, very willing to work with you on this journey, and that is why we exist. So Hibia says he applauds Savo for its transparency. They update the investor weekly on current construction progresses. Very, very rare. True. You need to know that your investment is actually working and it's actually going on. So what we try and do, and if you follow the link and fill it, we will link you with the fire partner and also subscribe you to our site updates, which we send every Saturday morning. Yeah, and it has a lot of information about what is the construction progress of each of these projects and every project that you've invested in. So if you invest somewhere, you can actually see every week the progress that is happening. Angela asks, when is our next tour? We can actually organize for one very soon, probably next week. But please fill in the link. Kindly share the link in the comment section again, so that people can fill it and we can get started on this journey and talk to Angela, talk to John and James. If you already have fire partners, please speak with them. We will link you up with one if you do not. But if you have a fire partner, please put them to task on what you've learned today. Yeah, make them help you understand the why you need to invest. Yeah, make them help you understand the features of an investment that will work for your why. And if Savo is that thing, let them pick for you the perfect unit and typologies and the perfect payment plan that you can afford right now. That is their responsibility. Please put them to task. Yeah. Bernard says, how soon does one start earning after the initial investment, or is it compulsory to pay up the whole amount so that you start getting returns? Yeah. So of course you have to finish your payment so that you can start getting your returns, and that is why we try and encourage our investors to pay within the construction period, so that immediately construction is complete, you start earning your rental income. And we do understand that some of us takes longer, which is still okay. But you know, if you have your why, yeah, if you have your true north, like Mcharo said, and if you understand yourself and your current circumstance, you'll know that this is the best thing that can happen right now. Still invest, and if you're still sticking on your true north, you'll find yourself, you'll put yourself in circumstances and be ready for opportunities that will enable you level up, enable you increase your sources of income, probably go higher up in the ranks in the jobs that you have, or push a business to give you more income than it currently is, so that you can actually find some money to put aside. And that can only come when the true north is there, when the why is there. And that is what I'm asking you to put our financial independence partners to task. If you have one, put them to task. If you do not have, click the link and we will be able to link you up with a fire partner who will be able to enable you walk this journey. Yeah, so that is it. That is it for today. I believe you guys have learned something. And as I close, please drop the fire emojis. Ndo naanza conclude. Drop the fire emojis tuone tunamaliza na kina nani leo. But it's been very engaging. Thank you for keeping your keyboards warm. I believe you've learned something about picking the perfect investment for yourself. You have to start with the why, then now pick some features, and then now after that, look at the investments that are out there that will satisfy the features that your investment needs. Thank you, Cynthia. Thank you, big boys. Thank you for staying with me till the end. And I hope you've learned something. Yeah. And if you haven't filled in the link, please fill it. We'd like to link you up with one of our fire partners. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Dean. This is our closing remark. I hope you guys have learned something. This chat has been on fire. Today has been very, very meaningful. We've gotten to see how most of us have lost some money, learned from them. Government policies. Please look out for government policies. Masks, zikakuwa banned. Shisha, banned. Free high school education, that's what happened to my parents, and it's hard. Yeah, so I hope you've learned something. Keep dropping the fire emojis, and thank you so much for joining. Thank you, Swahib. Thank you for inviting everybody who invited. If you learned a lot in this session, I urge you to share this link. Let somebody watch it. It's still going to be on YouTube. And in the next session, which is going to be the next week after the next one, so we're going to be doing it every other week. Probably find an engaging topic from the sessions that were here today. But thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. My name has been Sam, and you've been awesome. Thank you so much. Amazing. Sasa you guys, what are you still doing on the live stream? Tulimaliza kitambo, what are you waiting? So him. And Joel, do you issue sectional title deeds? Hey, you're asking a question. Shamaliza, but anyway, let me answer you. Yes, we do issue sectional titles for the units that we need, but of course now starting this year, going forward, since the new law, the new regime was enacted. So yeah, lakini mnafanya nini bado kwa live stream? Tushamaliza ama mumeenjoy? Do you want more of those features later on, before or after this live streams? But anyway, let us know. Let the music continue playing.